I want to point out some differences with these dollies. I just saw myself in a different video, realized how disgusting this hat is. I'm gonna take that off. These two dollies are KEDSUM dollies, and this is a Space Saver dolly. Now I do want to point out, at some point all of these dollies were given to me so that I could make video reviews. I thought it would be nice to kind of have a look at different brands of dollies to see what the differences are, what makes a dolly good or not good. First of all, we've got this dolly. This is the most lightweight of all of the bunch. It's probably the fastest to set up because you just kind of unfold it and this comes out and then you are done. I find that this is good for kind of more unusually shaped items or things that you might have to tilt back or lean back, because you can have it on these two wheels. That means if you're balancing the weight of whatever you're taking, it's really easy to carry around. One thing I like about this is it has the bungee cords built in. They're always there. For a dolly like this, you always want to secure things, and so it's nice to know that you're always going to have these there. You can hook these on to multiple places on the dolly. But I've got to admit, this is also one of the things that annoys me about the dolly is you always have these bungee cords, so you always have to think of a way to kind of put this away or not get in the way. So that's kind of interesting. But if you're looking for something that's really versatile and can carry a bunch of different shapes of boxes or different items, this dolly is fantastic. Now these two dollies, obviously they're about identical in shape and size. One nice thing about this KEDSUM dolly is that these wheels do lock. Now you might not think that's a big deal unless you ever put a dolly on a hill or something and it tends to roll away. Having locking wheels is really a nice thing to have. This SPACEKEEPER dolly does not have any locking wheels, so that's something to be aware of. If you're going to move a lot on a hill and you don't want it running away, that is certainly something to consider. Another difference these dollies have is you'll notice on this SPACEKEEPER, these wheels rotate and these wheels rotate, but this stays the same. So if I want to move the dolly back and forth like this, I can't. It's kind of stationary. That helps the dolly to kind of go straight. Now on this KEDSUM dolly, the back and the middle rotate. It's these end ones that are stationary. That means depending on how your dolly is situated, you actually can kind of move it back and forward, up and back. Kind of gives some extra flexibility. Now, if you're pushing something on a hill and the back wheels aren't touching the ground, you might have it lean down a little bit. But overall, I do find this to be a little bit easier to put your boxes exactly where you want them to go. But if I'm being honest, I don't know which I prefer. Having the back wheel stationary or the middle wheel stationary, they both have their advantages. Other than that though, these two dollies are really similar. They both pop out like that. The handles come out. Now in the KEDSUM, the handles do lock a little bit. On this, it doesn't. But when the handle's folded away, the handle doesn't come out. So I don't think that's better one way or the other on either of these dollies. The handles pull up just like Luggage. The KEDSUM is probably about an inch taller. So, you know, if you're tall, that might be a thing. Other than that, they're basically the same. Things to look for in a dolly. If you need to carry a lot of weight and you're going over flat area, this type of dolly is fantastic. Now, I do recommend that you look for locking wheels if you think you'll need it. Other than that though, they're pretty similar. I would just check out the price, see which price you like more.